Take caution when trekking through the South American wilderness, as you might encounter some of these dangerous creatures. Here are 8 of the Amazon rainforest's deadliest snakes. Today's video was requested by Koala Smashes. If you have any other topics you'd like to learn about, subscribe and let us know in the comments section below. Number 8. Emerald Tree Boa. Coryllis caninus, also known as the Emerald Tree Boa, is a beautifully colored snake found in the rainforests of South America. A powerful constrictor, this serpent uses its body to coil around its prey and suffocate it. In addition, it also owns a set of highly developed front teeth, which are proportionately larger than those of any other non-venomous snake. The Emerald Tree Boa mainly hunts at night and spends most of its days coiled over branches. Because of its strong tail, it's able to curl around or grip objects and move between the branches of trees. Identified as a separate species since 2009, Coryllis batassi, the Amazon basin Emerald Tree Boa, is darker in color than Coryllis caninus and larger, reaching lengths of almost 9 feet. Number 7. South American Bushmaster. Pit vipers are among the most dangerous snakes in the Amazon jungle, and the South American Bushmaster is no exception. The largest one ever recorded measured close to 12 feet, making it the longest venomous snake in the Western Hemisphere and the largest of all vipers. On average, the South American Bushmaster is the 3rd longest venomous snake in the world. It has a narrow neck and a broadly rounded snout. Its body is cylindrical and moderately stout. Its scientific name is Lachesis muta. In Greek mythology, Lachesis was one of the 3 fates that gave man his term of life. It's an apt name, especially considering that its venom has the potential to end a life. In appearance, it resembles a rattlesnake, and much like the rattlesnake, it too vigorously vibrates its tail whenever it feels threatened. However, the Bushmaster doesn't have a rattle, and this leads to the muta part of its name, which can be translated as mute. Number 6. Eyelash Viper. According to a myth from villagers in certain areas of South America, this pit viper species will wink and flash its eyelashes at its victim before delivering a poisonous strike. This isn't possible, as snakes don't have eyelids and can't close their eyes. But the thought alone is pretty creepy. Named after the scales above its eyes, the eyelash viper is a venomous snake frequently featured in the exotic animal trade or in zoos around the world. As a pit viper species, it's got large fangs, similar to hypodermic needles, in its upper jaw, which fold back when they aren't used. It also has heat-sensitive organs located on either side of its head, between the nostril and the eye. The eyelash viper is a relatively small snake, exhibiting a wide range of colors, including green, yellow, brown, red, and even pink, as well as combinations of these colors. Its so-called eyelashes are believed to help the camouflage, as they break up the snake's outline in the foliage where it usually hides. An ambush predator, the eyelash viper won't hesitate to strike if it's harassed. The scary thing is that according to recent studies, the eyelash viper learns to improve strike accuracy over time. So it's constantly improving its killing technique. Number 5. Coral snakes. Coral snakes are among the most colorful that can be found in the Amazon rainforest. They're also some of the deadliest snakes you can encounter in the region. When it bites, coral snakes hold on to their prey and make chewing motions in order to inject the venom. Luckily, these creatures will only bite as a last resort and generally tend to flee. Their fangs are also quite short and thus can't really penetrate certain materials, such as thick leather. The coloring on their bodies consists of red, yellow, and black bands. There are also non-venomous coral snake species, and in certain regions, the order of the coloring on their bands can provide information on whether or not the snake is dangerous. A mnemonic phrase that people use to remember the dangerous color line goes red and black, a friend of Jack. Red and yellow, kills a fellow. A venomous coral snake bite should be treated as a medical emergency because its venom contains powerful neurotoxins. Although the bite only causes mild pain, the neurotoxins gradually paralyze the breathing muscles. If left untreated, respiratory failure can occur within hours. Number 4. Amazonian palm viper. The Amazonian palm viper is a pale green venomous snake with a slender body and a maximum recorded length of 4 feet. Many of the snakebite cases that occur throughout the Amazon region are caused by this species. The Amazonian palm viper is arboreal, meaning it spends most of its time in trees, usually found along streams, in bushes, palms, and trees. The Amazonian palm viper is mainly an ambush predator that hunts at night, using its prehensile tail to anchor itself in places from where it can deliver stealthy strikes. Bites usually target the victim's upper body, including the arms, hands, or face. The wounds it inflicts feature bruising and spontaneous bleeding from the fang punctures. Symptoms of envenomation may include loss of consciousness, shock, nausea, fever, or bleeding from the mouth, nose, and eyes. At least one fatality has been attributed to the Amazonian palm viper. Number 3. Tropical rattlesnake. In many parts of its geographical distribution, the South American rattlesnake, also known as the tropical rattlesnake, poses a serious medical problem. With 9 recognized subspecies, it's found in various regions throughout South America, with the exception of the Andes Mountains. They're extremely dangerous, particularly due to the high potency of its venom, which contains neurotoxins. If you're bitten by one, you can face some truly startling medical complications. Bites from Crotalus druricis terrificus, a subspecies common to the Amazon, may lead to complete blindness, auditory disorders, and paralysis, especially of the neck, which becomes so limp that it almost appears to be broken. Life-threatening respiratory paralysis soon follows. One of the neurotoxins may also inflict damage to skeletal muscles and even the heart. Number 2. Fer-de-lance. The fact that this snake is sometimes referred to as the ultimate pit viper should eliminate any questions about whether or not it's a dangerous creature. The fer-de-lance is one of the most venomous snakes in South America. Its tendency to live near inhabited areas makes it particularly dangerous to people, and a number of attacks occurred indoors. Easily distinguishable by its broad, flattened head, which is distinct from the rest of its body, the fer-de-lance may weigh up to 13 pounds, and exceptionally large females are known to reach lengths of over 8 feet. It's been described as a fast-moving, irritable, and unpredictable snake species. If it's threatened or cornered, the fer-de-lance can become highly defensive and will coil itself into the form of an S, ready to strike. It has the tendency of raising its head off the ground, meaning that it may strike its victim above the knee. The fer-de-lance has also been observed using the tips of its fangs to eject venom over a distance of at least 6 feet. At least 12 fatalities have been associated with this dangerous species, with deaths occurring from acute renal failure, sepsis, intracranial bleeding, or shock. If a bite goes untreated, it may develop necrosis, which can cause gangrene that often leads to amputation. Number 1. Green anaconda. In the past, these creatures were hailed as gods by indigenous tribes deep within the Amazonian basin. Early South American colonists that came to the region from Europe heard tales of gigantic man-eating snakes that were more than 165 feet long. Although an anaconda of such legendary proportions has never been found, the idea might not be as incredible as it initially sounds. Green anacondas are the heaviest snakes in the world, known to keep growing throughout their lives. With lengths of almost 30 feet and maximum weights of 550 pounds. These semi-aquatic creatures are the apex predators of their environments and could easily squeeze the life out of an adult human. Although not venomous, anacondas employ a killing technique that makes death by poisoning seem like a preferable option. Using their strong muscular bodies, they coil themselves around their prey, slowly tightening their grip. This can break bones and cause serious damage to your internal organs. The more its prey struggles, the tighter the anaconda's grip will become, overloading the victim's circulatory system and preventing enough oxygen from reaching the brain. In the unlikely scenario that this doesn't kill its victim, they then face the gruesome scenario of being swallowed whole by the anaconda and waiting to be broken down by its digestive acids. The joints in the large serpent's mandibles are not fused together, which enables it to open its jaws to a great degree and wrap its mouth around large prey. Its razor-sharp recurved teeth are also specifically designed to hold on to prey. Anacondas spend a lot of their lives in the water, and they're fast swimmers capable of unleashing stealthy attacks that usually end with them drowning their victims.
Real